Close this, close this. Okay, should be the last part of Breaking Butterfly. And then, I don't know. Probably log off after that. Maybe. There was a patch for Arknights last night, so maybe go pull the new unit. Mirror Go. The recurring trauma might be enough to break the cage of memory. Oh yeah, I guess I'll turn that open. Thump. Heartbeat, maybe. After falling through the darkness for who knows how long, Lena finally hits the ground. Oof. The hard impact she expects never comes. On the contrary, she's gently enveloped by a warm current. Lena pokes her... Give me a second. Where the heck are we? Let's see. Last I read, when you rip off the mask, the cliff on which you stumbled, stand crumbles too. Oh yeah, I remember now. They're onto the edge of the cliff. They fight the creepy little girl whose face literally splits in half to eat people, and then they're thrown off the cliff after she runs away. Or they try to drive off the cliff, I guess. Okay, I remember now. Went into that deep, dark abyss, which is probably into level 3. Or for a neural cloud. Lena pokes her head out of the warm and moist wave. A cerulean expanse is spread out before her. Golden sunlight rains down from above, and the sparkling waves are so brilliant, Lena has trouble opening her eyes. Is this... Leva's level 3? That can't be right. Lena stares in the distance from where she's floating on the water's surface. Not far off, a snow-white beach extends along the cerulean wave's edge. A towering Ferris wheel stands on the beach, its multicolored gondolas swaying in time with the music. Is this the seaside from before? But how? Lena rubs her eyes. The warm and comforting landscapes before her reminds her of the fragmented moments she glimpsed as she felt just now. As Persica performs the neural upgrades on 45, another figure watches 45 from inside her neural space. 45, you're being dumb for doing something like this. You already know what I am, don't you? I'm a consciousness born from the purpley virus. I could usurp my host control permissions at any time. You're running the risk of frame damage and having your neural cloud stolen in order to keep a simulated persona like me? Do you really think it's worth all that? This isn't the first time we've had this conversation, is it? 45 silently studies 40. Yeah. I am the obsession from the depths of your heart. I am the reason you don't want to give up this body. You didn't want to abandon the past back then. Is this still true now? I know that I'll have to say goodbye to 40 one day, but I still can't put her aside at the moment. Because 40 has always been the strength that keeps me moving forward. It isn't just 40 either, even you. Even though you're just a simulated persona, you still kept me company in my neural cloud for so long. Whether I was sad, depressed, or misunderstood, when I thought about how I still had you, who understood me, all of my problems seemed to fade away. So you're more reliant on me than I thought, 45. That's not good. I'm trying my best to break this dependency, but... 45 smiles bitterly. You know, it's not that easy. Yeah, I do. 40 smiles as she hugs 45, patting her back gently. It's okay. If you need me, I can keep you company for a while longer. I'll keep the paraply virus in your neural cloud under control, come what may. So just relax and leave it to me, 45. As long as I'm around, you'll never be alone. And you'll never be hurt. Do you get it now, Lena? There's no reason why I did all this. I did it because this is my mission and instinct as creation of the paraply virus. Aw, are you mad? It's Leva's fault for being a sentimental dork. When she insisted on freeing me from her level 3 and insisted on retaining this emulated 40 persona, she should have expected this to happen, no? Lena slowly swims to the shore as the waves lap around her. Various scenes from her neural cloud flicker before her eyes, keeping Lena from seeing 40 clearly. Which of these is the real 40? Which of these? Didn't you say you were going to keep the paraply virus in check? Why did you do that to Leva? So what were all these years for? As Lena thinks back on the years she spent with 40, she covers her eyes and big teardrops roll down her cheeks. Even though they'd been fighting side by side until just now, even though they met each other in Leva's neural cloud many times. But now, all these moments are shattered, like the waves crashing against the shore. The sudden sound of an incoming transmission interrupts Lena's tears. Lena, do you read me? Persica? Finally. Persica? 40 tricked Leva. She and that paraply girl ganged up to seal off Leva and they double-teamed me. What should I do? She took Leva's dog tag too. Lena sobs as she explains the situation to Persica. After hearing Lena's tearful narrative, Persica sighs quietly. I'm sorry, Lena. The development of the paraply virus in Leva's neurocloud and the change in 40 were beyond my expectations. It's all my fault. Does this mean Leva's gonna be rewritten now? What should I do? On the other side of the transmission, Persica is silent for a while, and then she quietly speaks. Leva isn't beyond help, Lena. You still have a chance. I still have a chance? Of course. I've told you before. The most effective way to deal with Leva's neural cloud issue is to reset her OGS system and eliminate 40's data. Earlier, I rolled out that idea because I thought Leva would agree to delete 40, and 40 didn't pose a direct threat to her anyways. However, now that 40's been infected by the paraply virus, it'd be better for Leva to just delete her data. But... Lena reflexively interrupts Persica. What, are you still worried that Leva won't agree? Yeah, Leva doesn't know what happened to 40, so even if we just delete the data and have Leva forget 40, won't we be doing the same thing as that weird doll? It's been so many years, but Leva's refused to give up on 40. Even if we have to delete 40 for Leva's good, we have to at least tell her the reason for it. And besides, for some reason, Lena remembers the sparkling, sunlit sea from before. That nameless warmth and 40's brilliant smile make Lena want to approach her again and get an answer from her. I want to ask 40 why she betrayed Leva. I don't believe she'd betray a friend of so many years, just because of the paraply virus. I need to find her and figure all this out. Even if the answer's a cruel one, I need to tell it to Leva. There's gotta be another way, right, Persica? Do I still have a chance of finding 40 now? I know it might be hard, but since I promised to protect what Leva cherished, I can't just give up on it now. Persica can feel Lena's determination and nods. Indeed, there is another way. According to what you said, 40 threw you off a cliff. However, You didn't end up in an unknown space, but landed in the sea instead. Is that right? Yes. I don't know why, though. Could the neural space's instability have messed with 40's plans? Perhaps 40 really did want to kill you off, but you escaped by some stroke of luck. In that case, you should have a chance to find them. Persica's fingers fly over her keyboard as she says this. After that, the emitter Lena's carrying begins to glow. Huh? What's this? There's another button on it? Curious, Lena pushes the glowing button. A laser beam shoots forth, hanging in the air and pointing towards a certain direction. I upgraded it for you. The program now has a command to track 40's neural cloud data. But when you push the button, the beam will point in her direction. That way, you'll be able to find her. Oh yes, one more thing. A ray of blue light suddenly sweeps over Lena's body. I fixed up the data that got damaged during your previous battles. Wow, I feel so warm and toasty. My neural cloud's much more comfy now. Thank you, Persica. Yep, go on then. From what I can see of Leva's neural cloud data, the rewrite isn't complete yet. You should be able to make it if you hurry over now. If there really is a way to save Leva, it's all up to you. Understood. Lena wipes away the lingering tears on her face and nods earnestly. Relax and leave it to me. I will never, never allow Leva to get destroyed. Heavy panting. Lena runs through the neural space, following the emitter's beam. However, the landscape gets more barren the further she flies. It's as though Leva's neural space is being degraded by the fluctuations from the redundant data. Finally, Lena finds herself in a patch of open wilderness. The only thing here is a lonely little cabin. Is this it? The beam pointed this way and there's nowhere else around here. Lena runs towards the cabin. However, before she can reach it, Lena sees herself reflected on the cabin's outside wall. It's like a mirror. Kind of scary. As Lena approaches the cabin, it becomes clearer and clearer. The outer wall of the cabin seems to be made of mirrors. The flat, shiny surfaces reflect the open wilderness and the solitary figure of Lena. In the wilderness beyond the cabin, countless fragments of data whirl in the air like a storm, rising slowly into the sky. They form a twisted black vortex that covers the sky. The sight alone makes Lena slow down. Could this be the last data source? The door to the mirror cabin suddenly opens. As though in response to Lena's voice, 40 leans by the door, a smile of approval on her face. 40! Upon seeing 40, Lena rushes over to her, stopping just outside the cabin. 40, what have you done? Why did you steal Leva away? Why did you lie to us? Huh. What a surprise. This is the most secret place in Leva's neural cloud, but you found it so soon? Looks like Persica's little toy was pretty handy. Stop changing the subject and answer me. Lena, you sound so mad. Answer me. Why did you do it? Didn't you tell Leva that you could control the Parkley virus? Lena, aren't you getting something wrong? Why would I want to control the virus? I am the virus. Taking over Leva's neural cloud is my real mission, isn't it? Why you? 40's smile feels utterly alien to Lena. She tightens her grip around her gun and glances warily at 40 while inspecting her own reflection in the mirror. What is this place? Is Leva in there? And where's that girl? 40 simply steps aside and makes a beckoning gesture. Please, come in. Weren't you interested in how 45 parted ways with 40? Isn't that experience the reason why you always felt you could never take 40's place? Nope, I didn't. Don't lie to me, Lena. I can read you like an open book. I can tell you're really bothered by the real 40. Still, it's alright because you really care about Leva. Therefore, I don't mind giving you this chance. Now then, just walk through this door and you'll learn about that time. Leva might be about to vanish, but I don't mind showing you that cruel truth in person before Leva's totally gone. I'm sure you must be dying to know just what Leva did to her most precious 40 during the Operation Butterfly. Right? Cut the crap. Leva would never do anything like that. Lena raises her gun. Aw, looks like you really are clueless. Looks like Leva hid it all really well. Still, what a shame. 40 strokes the doorframe and smiles regretfully. Rewriting Leva's neurocloud means these memories won't be preserved. You'll never know about this part of her past. Do you really want to know? Not want to know? This is the most important experience in Leva's neurocloud. The memories of the events that changed her forever. Saying so, 40 steps inside. She looks at Lena and beckons her to enter once again. Won't you come in? The truth of Operation Butterfly lies within. And with that, 40 turns and walks into the depths of the cabin. Lena hesitates for a moment as she stares at 40's back. In the end, she grits her teeth and follows her in, gripping her gun. Oh, this is the scene when I turned on Arknights, the original game. This is like the first scene you see almost. Or something very close to it looks like. Fire. There's fire everywhere. The high walls around her crack and collapse. Doll corpses are stacked into piles. Lena sees this tragic, hellish sight in the mirrored wall before her. What's all this? Why is this happening? As she walks through these awful scenes, 40 turns around almost playfully and gives Lena a mournful look. This is what you've always wanted to know, Lena. This is how Operation Butterfly ended. No, it can't be. Lena shakes her head frantically, but right after that, she sees two familiar figures in the mirrors. The song is playing. Now then, 45. Time to choose. Choose? Choose what? 45, do you want to die here? Die like the dolls we just killed? Or do you want to leave here alive and escape your fate of being a puppet? They've activated the safeguard program. You know what that means, right? They're destroying our neuroclouds. So are we gonna die here? No, only one of us has to die. The program will stop running as long as one of us dies. What are you talking about? Hopeless, isn't it? But that's the fate of all dolls. Which do you choose? Life or death? Answer me, 45. Before the doll in the image can answer, Lena's already run up to the mirror. She pounds on the mirror, trying to stop the events from unfolding. But it is no use. The scene before her continues playing out. Through the hair's breadth of the mirror's surface, 40 grabs 45's gun and points at her forehead. Why? Why does it have to be like this? Raise your weapon, 45. Don't pity yourself. That's only for losers. Right after that, a bullet drills through the doll. No. No. Lena throws herself at the mirror with a wail. However, 40 has already collapsed with a bullet hole in her head. Broken, 45 throws down her gun and collapses to her knees in front of 40, clutching her head. Lena covers her mouth in disbelief. She trembles as she sinks to her knees as well, looking at 40 with pleading eyes. 40 did all this? Is this really true? However, 40's only reply is a calm, enigmatic smile. Yes, it is. Back then, 40 and 45 took part in the operation while obeying a secret order. But 45 didn't know that she and 40 had long since been infected by the Parlypee virus. And so, while her teammates were still searching for Sangus Fairy's legacy, the Parlypee virus has suddenly activated and the participating dolls were infected. The Griffin dolls slaughtered each other. There in that Sanguine Fairy plant. The masterminds behind all this had prepared to eliminate 40 and 45 to cover their tracks. They triggered the safeguard program they had installed in the neuroclouds beforehand. Once the plan was complete, it would trigger and melt down 40 and 45's neuroclouds. But they miscalculated in the end. In order to avoid this tragic fate, 40 had asked 45 to hand command permissions over to her. So long as 45 killed 40, 45's response signal would vanish as well. And then Leva became a doll with no identity? A doll who did not exist. Is that right? Yes, 404, meaning not found. By losing everything, she gained her freedom. As 40 speaks, an old gun falls to the ground. It's a UMP-40. Faint bloodstains are still visible on it. So, Leva killed 40? That was how it was all along? As Lena numbly touches the gun, tears spill out from the corners of her eyes. Leva, 40... So that was what really happened. In order to survive this fated tragedy, 45 was forced to murder 40. Lena squeezes her eyes tightly shut, but the tears won't stop. She understands everything now. She knows why Leva cherished 40 so dearly. Why Leva refused to change her frame no matter what. Why a timid and weak doll was reborn into a crafty vixen. Since 40 gave her life for Leva, it's only natural that nobody could take 40's place in her heart. Lena tries her best to wipe her tears away, but the scene in the mirror is playing out again. Raise your weapon, 45. Don't pity yourself. That's only for losers. Stop it. Stop showing me this. Lena grabs 40's hand as she weeps. I get it all now, so stop replaying it, please. I beg you, 40. I'm sorry, Lenny, but I can't. 40 reaches out and pats Lena's head in an apologetic way. That's because I'm not the one showing you anything. Everything you see here, all the cruel images that keep repeating over and over and over, all of them are just the reality that made the Leva of today. All of these years, Leva has never forgotten the fact that she killed 40. These tragic scenes have been playing out in her neural cloud over and over again. She grew as quickly as she did because of this unstoppable, unending tragedy that repeats endlessly in her neural cloud. Killing 40 tormented her so badly, she created me in a neural cloud from the Parlypee virus. However, even with a simulated persona like myself serving as a tranquilizer, no matter how much companionship and comfort I gave Leva, I can't change the cruel reality of the past. 40 goes quiet, seemingly because of Leva's painful past, but soon, she smiles in a strange way. Still, all of this is going to end. The neuro rewrite has begun. Once the Parlypee virus finishes its rewrite, Leva will no longer exist, and neither will this pain. Parlypee will draw the veil over everything. Leva will truly bid the past farewell and embark on a brand new journey. 40, what are you saying? I'm serious, you know? 40 smiles as she strokes a mirror. You see, the interface between level 2 and 3 is hidden behind this mirror. I wove a lovely dream, so Leva would accept the neural rewrite more readily. In that dream, 40 is still alive, and Leva is living happily with 404 and her friends from Griffin. Of course, that includes you, Lena. I bet Leva must be really pleased with that dream. No? After all, she hasn't shown signs of waking up yet. Still, that's fine too. Thanks to you clearing away all the extra data this whole time, Leva's neural space has been stabilized, and I can return behind the mirror to activate the access ports. Once I recover and rewrite her neural cloud, I'll be able to replace Leva and become the true master of this neural space. That won't happen. Quit dreaming. Lena gets up and grabs 40's sleeves. Leva won't drown in a beautiful dream like you say she will. Oh, really? And how do you know? Because I saw all this. Lena wipes away her tears and stares hard at 40. 10 years ago, Leva was strong enough to survive after losing 40. Even after losing her arm, her eye, her name, her identity, and even becoming a doll that doesn't exist, she never backed down or bent the knee to anyone. She kept repeating those memories in her heart no matter how much it hurt, taking one step forward after another. That was why Leva could grow so fast. Right now, Leva's 100 times more amazing than she used to be. She will never lose to herself in a pretty, but fake dream. Saying so, Lena raises her gun. I believe Leva will wake up from her dream. Therefore, as her most reliable little sister, I'm going to help Leva in my own way. I won't let you hold Leva prisoner. I will show Leva that even after losing 40, there's still goodness and something worth living for in reality. That there'll still be someone who will stay by her side. Saying so, Lena pulls her trigger. A bullet slams straight into the gleaming mirror. It appears to hit a transparent coating at the moment of impact and freezes midair. 40 laughs mockingly as she sees this. Lena. Don't you think you're being terribly naive? Did you think I'd let such a precious mirror go unprotected? Alright then, I'll take on the role of big sister for once. As she says this, 40 picks up the old gun on the ground. Boom. Bullets pepper the ground around Lena's feet. 40 smirks confidently as she watches Lena scurry away. You think you can save Leva like that? You're too naive. I'll teach you what it really means to fight on Leva's behalf. Oh, we're back to the spooky Ferris wheel. It looks much cuter in a new outfit. You... I don't care what you do. I'm gonna save Leva. Oh my, nobody will like you if you're always so fierce. Time to give you a free lesson, Lena. Out of here. Watermelon.
就算会受伤。为您的轻率举动付出代价。折痕违约，立地成变。折痕违约。逃得掉吗？尽快结束吧。 躲开吗？就。
After a vicious battle, Lena forces 40 into a corner. You lose, 40. I guess I took you too lightly. I can't believe she raised such an amazing little sister. Looks like Leva was one hell of a big sister. As she takes in 40's unwillingness to accept her loss, Lena shakes her head sadly. I still don't get it, 40. Why did you do all this? Leva never treated you badly. She brought you out of her base lair and even asked Perska to grant you all kinds of permissions and authorizations. But now you're hurting Leva and even trying to steal her neurocloud? Is all this really just because of the Parley virus commands? You were born to protect Leva in the first place. Ho ho. 40 chuckles. She looks a little tired as she leans against the mirror and slowly slumps to the ground. If I had to say why, I guess it was because I didn't want to just live like this forever. From the moment I was born, I lived in a virtual neural space. I could see everything Leva experienced in reality, yet I could only ever simulate the experience in a virtual environment. It's true, I was born of Leva's wish. I never minded being a substitute for 40, or protecting Leva, or counseling Leva. But at some point, I started thinking of 40, or rather, the words the real 40 said. She said, "Even T-dolls have a reason to live for their own sake." I know I'm just an imperfect, incomplete persona born for Leva's sake. I can't even be called a proper doll, but even I want a reason to live for myself. Not for anyone, but for my own sake. 40 realizes she slipped up and lowers her head. In the past, when Leva was functioning normally, I could still hold back my desire. But now, after that weird doll attacked us, I just can't get rid of this impulse in my neurocloud. Perhaps it's just the Parley virus instincts. The virus is urging me to seize control of her neurocloud, which led to the creation of that girl. But didn't Leva survive because she's killed 40? In that case, why can't I rewrite Leva's neurocloud? Wouldn't that be like paying back 40? Still, there's no point saying all that now, is there? I mean, I lost to you, Lena. 40 shakes her head and tries to raise her UMP-40. She smiles weakly at Lena. Things being what they are, you should kill me, Lena. Use this old gun and that bullet you picked up. What are you talking about? 40 throws her old gun at Lena's feet and gestures for her to pick it up. If my fate is to be deleted by Perska, then I'd rather just die here. Kill me, Lena. The only way to kill me is with this gun and with that bullet. By killing me, you will free Leva. If Leva knew you'd saved her, she'd surely think you're grown up so much, and in the future, she'd allow herself to fully rely on you. After saying all that, like she's dictating her last will and testament, the simulated 40 raises her hands. She closes her eyes without another word, as though she's looking forward to nothing more than her own death. Do it, Lena. 40's voice is quiet. Very quiet. Lena picks up the gun without saying a word. She chambers the old bullet she picked up at the beginning and takes aim at 40's head. Her finger presses against the trigger, but no matter what she does, she can't gather up the will to pull it all the way. Should she shoot her? Should she shoot this liar? This Parley spawned creature that betrayed Leva and herself? Lena, what are you waiting for? The 40 before her is calmly awaiting her fate. However, Lena is still hesitating. This person has saved her along her journey countless times before. Even if she flung her off a cliff at the end, what awaited her at the bottom was a sunny expanse of seawater. Lena's fingers tighten around the trigger once again, but something in her neurocloud is keeping her from following through. Should I shoot her? Lena reflexively surveys her surroundings. The cabin is quiet. So quiet that even the girl and her robot seem to have vanished without a trace. Only the cruel scenes from the past are still moving, still playing out over and over again. There is the faint sound of explosions coming from outside the cabin. Lena unconsciously looks out a nearby window. Far in the distance, so far away that she almost can't make it out, several Goliaths are fighting the robot hordes. Meanwhile, the 40 before her is still quietly urging her on. I am this close to running out of patience. Hurry up and shoot, Lena. Pitting your enemy is for losers. I'm sorry, but I just can't do it. Lena slowly shakes her head. As much as I hate to admit it, the fact is that you're the sole reason Leva managed to survive. 40. So I can't shoot you, because I don't want to kill you. I can't kill you. How disappointing. 40 slowly opens her eyes, laughs coldly, then struggles to her feet. You've come this far, but you're still so soft and weak. In that case, let me give you one final push. As she says this, 40 raises a hand and presses on the shimmering mirror. In response to 40's gesture, the looping images in the mirror vanish. A golden beach suddenly appears in front of Lena. Lena's eyes go wide as she sees that familiar figure standing by the seaside. Leva.
顺利完成任务，嫌犯已悉数逮捕。
The golden sands by the azure sea slowly died in the colors of twilight. 40 looks at the distant, setting sun, her feet lingering in the gentle surf. I'm so happy today. The sea is lovely. Unfortunately, today is almost over. Yeah, I just can't get enough of the scenery. If only I could spend every day vacationing by the seaside. Oh, that's right, I have a gift for you, 45. I'll go get it from my luggage, just wait for me here. Alright. 40 waves cheerfully to Leva and then leaves the beach. As 45 watches 40 fade in the distance, her smile slowly fades. The waves lap at the sandy beach as the sunset breeze blows. The waves carry a dog tag to her feet. 45 picks it up. The letters 40 are engraved onto it. The tag looks heavily worn, and there are several scrapes from bullets on it. So that's how it was. Huh. 45 takes out another identical dog tag from her pocket. The moment she does, 2, 3, 4. The waves wash up more and more tags and deposit them on the beach. Soon, there are piles of dog tags by 45's feet. I already sensed something was wrong, but I kept trying to fool myself, to treat all of this as a sweet dream. But now, I can't even lie to myself anymore. I guess something like this is happening because even my neurocloud knows all this is fake. I can't keep running from the truth anymore. 45 tightens her grip around the little piece of metal in her hand and turns to walk into the waves. 45, don't go! A shout from 40 stops her. If you stay here, this sweet dream can keep going. I can restore everything to how it was and get rid of all those annoying pieces of metal. As long as you're okay with it, all of us, we can keep living with you like this forever. We can keep training, going to parties, going on beach holidays together. 45 shakes her head. I'm sorry, 40, but I can't stay here. But why? This place, isn't this everything you wanted, 45? The commander's here. You're far from the battlefield. You have 4004 and 40. But dolls don't dream. However lovely this might all be, it's all fake, and I'm not going to lose myself in a fake illusion. Besides, it's not like you're even the real 40. You're just the guardian program for this place, aren't you? So you already realized it. Yep. Every time I wanted to remember the actual past, you tried to distract me with something else. It wasn't just you either. Everyone else in this sweet dream acted the same way. While I still don't remember why all this is happening, I think I'm getting close to the truth. Your mission is to keep me in this hollow dream, but why? We just want you to be happy. You have everything you wanted in this dream. You can be with all your friends and loved ones and live in happiness. But once you leave this place, all the cruel scenes that are fuzzy and out of focus here will become stark reality. All your joy will become suffering. You'll lose the person who's most precious to you, 45. 45 shakes her head. No, that's not right. I have to set out to find the truth precisely because 40 is so precious to me. Only the truth can remind me of the fact that I've lost 40 forever. Yes, losing 40 was painful. It's that same pain that proves just how much 40 meant to me. Of course, I'd like 40 by my side. But choosing to forget my pain and drowning in this beautiful dream, that would be the ultimate betrayal of 40. And so, I'm sorry, but I have to go. With that, 45 turns around toward the pounding surf. Dog tags wash up against 45's ankles, one after another. The sound of clinking metal blends with the sound of the waves, both of them gradually transforming into the sounds of Operation Butterfly. Hopeless, isn't it? But that's the fate of all dolls. Which do you choose, life or death? Answer me, 45. Why? Why does it have to be like this? Raise your weapon, 45. Don't pity yourself. That's only for losers. These previously indistinct memories flood into 45's neurocloud once more. No, right now, her name is Leva. The flames of war roll on endlessly before her. The ocean has dyed the color of blood. A sad yet relieved smile spreads across Leva's face. 40. I'm sorry, but I just can't forget these memories. So you remembered it all then? Yep. I backed up all these memories about 40 up into my level 3 a long time ago. While my neurocloud was damaged a while back, this data wasn't destroyed, just rendered unreadable due to system error. I can sense that someone is helping me take care of these errors. The amount of computational space in my neurocloud is growing and my records of the past are clearing up. Judging by this style of data warfare, it must be Lena, isn't it? No, that's not just it. It isn't just Lena. The location of these records is extremely well hidden. Only 40 would know about them. Well, I managed to piece all the scattered data together thanks to them cleaning things up. So I'm sorry, 40, but it's time for this dream to end. Leva smiles apologetically and gently hugs 40. Alright then, if that's your decision, Leva. The air seems to go out of 40 as she hangs her head and leans against Leva's shoulder. The crimson-dyed battlefield instantly vanishes, and the scene before their eyes reverts to its pure azure color. 40 and Leva return to their appearances in reality. Thank you, 40. Thank you for crafting this sweet dream for me. One last time. I've really missed you all these years. I've always wanted to see you again and go to vacation with you, to tell you so many things. Whenever I had a happy experience, I would think, if only 40 were here. I had so many things I wanted to tell you, to talk with 40 about. 45. And so, at the start of this dream, I really was happy, because I got to see you again. Even when I found something amiss, I didn't question it too much, because I was terrified that if I questioned my happiness too deeply, it would disappear. Even now, I don't want it all to end. Still, I have to go. I know someone else is out there trying to break open this space. Someone is calling me, and their voice is getting louder and louder. The voice is calling me, Leva. You understand, don't you, 40? While I tried running away from that fact once, my present self no longer treats 40 as my emotional crutch as Leva. As Leva, I have more reasons, new reasons to keep living, compared to when I was 45. I've been subconsciously rejecting that conclusion, because I saw it as a betrayal of you. That's why I kept trying not to think about it, and why I almost lost myself in that dream. I won't run away from it anymore. Reality is cruel, but I will accept it. Because I've already set the past down. My present self will live on as Leva, just as you hoped. Not for anyone else, but for my own sake. I understand. The piles of metallic tags on the beach have vanished at some point. 40 smiles and what looks like relief. I might just be a Guardian program, but my data was derived from 40 after all. And I understand why 40 made this sweet dream. 40 tried to seal you away with this beautiful past. I would protect your neurocloud from erosion by the outside world, and also keep you from interfering with it. She also wanted to use this dream to see if you were brave enough to bid the past farewell. And now, I have your answer. This was quite unexpected. Turns out the present 45 is stronger than the 40 now. Looks like the girl who was always cowering behind 40 has finally grown up. 40 smiles and gently rubs Leva's cheeks. Unable to hold herself back any longer, Leva sinks her face into the crook in 40's neck and sobs quietly into it. 40. As Leva sniffles, ripples begin running through the neurospace. The sky and the sea roil and churn as the waves below their feet grow more and more intense. Soon, an old gun comes into view from between the waves. Ah, looks like the seal's about to be broken. Come on, strike me down. Huh? 40 picks up the old gun and places it in Leva's hands. I'm still the Guardian program of the space after all, and my duty is to keep you from leaving. I can't run from that either. So if you want to leave this place and figure out what's going on with 40 outside, you have to take this gun and strike me down. That's rush. That's really harsh. A gray-haired form frantically dodges bullets by the seaside. After being hit several times, she sinks to her knees on the beach, like she has given up on resistance. She looks up at Leva, who's closing in on her. Although she's completely worn out, she gives the person before her a relieved smile. You've become really amazing, 45. Looks like my mission is truly over now. Meanwhile, Leva has a focused look on her face as she slowly walks towards her. Toward 40. 40. After saying goodbye to you, I swore I'd become stronger and keep moving forward. I wouldn't let anyone stand in our way until I completed our promise. I'll never forget 40, but I'm different now from how I was back then. As for 40's memories, they aren't a life preserver to save me from drowning, but a precious gem called hope. And I need to let her know that as well. Yes, so do it. Shoot. The only way you can escape this seal is by killing me like in Operation Butterfly. Oh, man. That is a tragic, tragic way to do this scene. They're now on the beach. Oh, the crap. As she says this, 40 suddenly grabs the muzzle of the gun and points it at her head. Leva reflexively tightens her grip on the gun. 40 laughs merrily, as though she's sensing Leva's hesitation. 40 Guardian program. Go on. There's nothing to be afraid of. Guardian programs, again, I'm just a Guardian program. I'm not the real 40 or the simulated persona you created. So shoot me, 45. It won't harm anyone. Leva falls silent. Her finger is in contact with the trigger, but her neural cloud is processing at lightning speed. Does she really need to kill the 40 in front of her? Does she have to recreate that? The ground below Leva's feet suddenly shifts. Crack. Even the sky and sea begin to shudder. Something seems to break amidst the violent shaking. A hole in space suddenly appears in the coastline and someone jumps through it, running towards Leva. Leva, don't do it. Lena almost trips over her own feet as she reaches Leva and pushes her gun down. Don't kill 40. I saw everything on the way here. I saw your past, everything you and 40 went through. I saw it all, both the good and the bad. Leva, there's gotta be another way to break the seal. Don't choose to take everything on yourself again. I don't want you to have to go through with what you did back then. After a brief silence, Leva shakes her head helplessly before wiping away the tears on Lena's face. Then she stuffs the gun into Lena's hands. Say, why don't you take out the mag and look at it? Huh? Lena stares dumbly at Leva for a moment. A moment later, she removes the magazine, which is completely empty. Huh? But why? It should be full. Yeah, well, it was. Leva chuckles as she looks at the stunned Lena and confused 40. But you see, I ran out of bullets after we fought. And just now, I thought things through carefully. Leva smiles and taps the barrel of the gun. The dazed and confused 45 has now grown into Leva. I'm not gonna meekly accept my fate of killing 40 again, like I did back then. Now I'm gonna make my own choice. I never wanted to kill you, 40. That had nothing to do with the fact that you're 40, or because of my past. It's simply because I chose not to. I believe that killing 40 wasn't the only way of getting out of this neurospace's seal. So I decided to make the remaining bullets disappear. I mean, this is my neurospace. So doing that was a piece of cake for me. After all, it'd be so terribly tragic if there was a misfire at the events of the past played out again. Saying so, Leva makes a finger gun with the right hand and makes a pew-pew gesture at 40's forehead. You see? Lena's here, which means the seal can be broken from the outside. So it turns out that rather than a dilemma where someone has to die, there's actually a happy ending which doesn't sacrifice anyone. Isn't that right? That being the case, you don't need to be such a drama queen. Goodness, what will I do with you? 40 laughs as well. It seems the 9 who was always tagging along behind her big sister has grown up into 45's capable assistant. I guess I can let you live with peace of mind after all. Something invisible seems to have broken in the sky. The sunlight, the seaside, the beach. Everything before her eyes is shattering and fading away. 40 looks at the two of them and smiles. In that case, goodbye, 45. Goodbye, 40. Keep watching me. Watch me and watch how we've changed. Yep. And if we get to meet again, call me Leva.
出色的指挥，长官，让我来弹奏一曲庆祝。
The virus and the protection program are one and the same, sharing the code. Bipolar contagion. As Leva leaves the mirror with Lena's help and hand in hers, all the mirrors in the cabin instantly shatter into fragments. What a lovely pair of sisters you are. I can't believe you broke the seal together. I just wanted to poke Lena and have her feel the pain of you killing 40 again. But unfortunately, there's no point to that now. I guess I'm a failure of a virus after all. For a moment, 40 hangs her head in dejection. But then she perks up again almost immediately. Still, that's fine. That girl from the same source as me is still around, and as long as she keeps evolving, she'll be able to rewrite Leva's neurocloud all the same. So you better kill me and the rest of the data sooner rather than later. Otherwise, there's no telling when Parlopi will eat away at your neurocloud. 40, do you really want us to kill you that badly? Oh please, I'm the super dangerous Parlopi virus that sealed you up, completely bamboozled Lena and tried to overwrite your neurocloud. Don't either of you have a single iota of self-preservation? You should be resetting me or just killing me on the spot. No? Should we? I didn't think your seal was particularly dangerous. That sweet dream you made for me prevented my neurocloud core from being attacked by Parlopi, or the redundant data. In addition, the shutdown caused by the seal you put on me brought the matter to the attention of the outside world. That's hardly the purpose of the Parlopi virus. I didn't think you'd have this much trust in me. Looks like Operation Seduce Leva was super effective. Unfortunately, I only did that to remove outside distractions to make it easier to rewrite your neurocloud. But you didn't even try to rewrite neurocloud, did you? Also, you were helping me understand Leva all this while. And you helped me get rid of the redundant data too. Huh. Did you forget who pushed you off that cliff? I suppose that happened, but the abyss of the bottom cliff led to the sea. I didn't fall into level 3 or anything. That was just because the neural space is unstable. It's not like I was intentionally sparing you or anything. But if you hadn't told me where Leva was sealed, I wouldn't have been able to find Leva and break the seal either. You sisters really are stubborn. You're the stubborn one, aren't you, 40? From the moment you sealed me at level 3, you've been playing the part of what you see as a villain. Just because you heard about a one-and-done solution Priska, you went off and put on a bad guy act. No, you tried to bait Lena and me into becoming the bad guys to facilitate your martyr complex. Yes, it was a really good dream you made. I actually lost myself in it for a bit. In the end, I still woke up. I did so because I knew that I needed to be fully awake and conscious for both the sake of the past and the future. 40, you forgot the most important thing. I'm no longer the person I used to be. If you're sitting there all smug because of that dream you wove and because of that plan you thought up was the ideal solution, then I have to say that the ending you wrote for yourself is complete, utter crap. For a moment, it looks like Leva's gotten through to 40. However, she soon regains her defiant attitude. Leva wants to keep going on, but then the cabin suddenly shakes. What's going on? Lena looks outside, and she nervously tugs on Leva's arms. This is bad, Leva. Those robots are outside and they're surrounded the cabin. Oh, look. My little sister's here to help. Looks like she's preparing to absorb the final data source. I suggest you leave ASAP if you don't want to get eaten up. Leva shakes her head helplessly as she notes the look of relief on 40's face. What about you, 40? Are you really content to let her eat you up? That's my purpose. Why should I not be content with it? Have you forgotten what we talked about in my level 3? You said that you wanted the strength to help me out and be a secret collaborator for me. You also said that you were mine alone and you were 40's irreplaceable persona. You left a really deep impression on me that day you entered my level 3. As I recall, you used my visual module and viewed the world all day long. You refused to let me close my eyes even though it was all well past midnight, and everyone in 404 had gone to bed. Even the darkest nights have all sorts of interesting lights if you look hard enough. I remember that's what you said. Back then, you hated level 3 in its darkness so badly. Yet now you want to die and go back to that pitch black world. Is there even a point to bringing up all this up now? I don't think... Boom. The sudden explosion cuts Leva halfway. More and more explosions follow, and the little house of mirrors shakes harder and harder. I can barely keep my footing, and those robots are closing in. However, Leva's attention remains focused on 40. She could not be any calmer if she tried. I don't believe that there's no way to deal with the Parlopi virus. Just like how we managed to undo your seal without having to kill you. I don't want to listen to this. Can't you just leave me here in peace? Oh, so you like peace, 40? Then why did you keep trying to chat me up every time I return to my neural space? Because being alone is so boring. Also, that was then, this is now. The roof's coming down. Leva, 40, let's get out of here. We're gonna end up squished. If we go together. I'm not leaving until I bring 40 around. Leva holds a hand out to 40, a determined expression on her face. You... Leva, look out! As Lena calls out, the cabin ceiling begins crack and break, collapsing down on the two of them. Upon seeing Leva's about to be crushed, 40 throws herself at Leva. However, Lena is a split second faster, shoveling the falling debris aside. Seizing the opening, Leva reaches out and grabs 40, slings her onto her back, and sprints for the exit. Huh? Huh? I knew you'd protect me, 40. So this time, I'll protect you. Wait, put me down! Lena, let's go. Leva rushes out of the cavern with 40 on her back. Right after they rush out, the small mirror cabin collapses with a loud crash. Whew, that was a close call. Good thing we got out of there, 40. 40, Leva, how are you guys? I'm fine. Leva smiles, then puts down the squirming 40. The moment 40's feet hit the ground, she immediately backs several steps away, making space between herself, Lena, and Leva. Don't be so quick to get mad or celebrate. We've got a bigger problem ahead of us. Saying so, Leva smiles and points in front of them. Lena turns to look and exclaims in shock. What the heck is that? A black shadow is skimming across the ground towards them, not far from where the cabin used to be. Long, curled locks flutter in the wind as the sharp spikes in the hems of a dress score deep gouges in the ground. In the blink of an eye, the black figures close the distance to the three of them. It is then that Lena recognizes the speedy shadow. It is none other than the mysterious girl from before. However, not only has the girl gotten bigger, the look on her face has changed too. Her golden eyes are filled with madness, and she's glaring at the three of them. In particular, 40, who's standing off to the side. I've been waiting so long for this. And I'm hungry, so hungry. All of you will be delicious nutrients for me. I'm gonna eat you all up, nom 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 nom. The girl giggles as she approaches the trio. Leva, 40, look out! Lena doesn't wait for the girl to get close before opening fire on her, but the bullets simply bounce off of her. On the contrary, the girl passes between Lena and Leva like a phantom and appears in front of 40 with a whoosh. I've missed you so much, big sis. 40 scrambles back, but the girl already has a firm grip on 40's arm. The girl's pale face, filled with longing, splits open savagely as she smiles in an innocent yet horrifying way. I got you. Come play with me, big sis. Become a real part of the family. We'll rip them to pieces together. 40 reflexively tries to struggle free, but the girl is just surprisingly strong. She doesn't give 40 a chance to struggle or speak. In an instant, her hair transforms into long vines that entangle 40 and drag her off into the distance. 40! Leva moves quickly as she sees 40 being taken. Lena immediately begins shooting at the girl, too. However, the girl seems to be prepared for this as a horde of robots rush in from behind her, surrounding Leva and Lena. This is bad. She's getting away. Take these bots out first. The vines coiling around her suddenly give way, and 40 hits the ground hard. Oof. 40 struggles to rise from the dusty ground, but then she freezes up. Countless data fragments are floating in the jet black sky. They swirl and gather, twisting high in the air like a cyclone. But after being drawn in and up, the countless fragments rain down again, their blackness shrouding the sky. It's as though someone had opened a gigantic umbrella in Leva's neural cloud. What is this? This is our home, of course. The girl hops and skips over to 40, pushing her face against 40's again. This is Parlipe's home. You and I are the children of Parlipe. Parlipe's kids will all grow up here. 40 falls silent. After realizing she's not getting the answer she wants, the girl grabs 40's hand again. Sis, we're all kinds of kids of Parley. So stay here, stay with me. We can grow up together and live here together. Stay and keep me company, okay? The girl tugs on 40's hands with childless playfulness. Although she's fought her several times before, for some reason, 40 can feel a sense of actual kindness here, as though they're really the same. She can't help but look hard at the girl. Why do you look different? Because I'm growing. I'll grow more and more awesome as time goes by. What happens if I stay behind to keep you company? Then we'll eat the two of them and become bigger and better. This place, this whole amusement park, it'll become our home. We can play together forever here. Then, what about the people who get eaten up? Eating them means eating them all up, turning them into bits and pieces. I'm so hungry, big sis. Come with me. We'll eat the two of them. A hungry and longing look enters the girl's eyes again, as though she's been struck by 40's words. I'm hungry, so hungry. I want to eat them. I want to eat more, so much more. The girl gazes into the distance. Her hair flutters in the constant wind, and her canines begin to reveal themselves. Just then, 40's reminded of how the girl's entire head had transformed to look like a Venus flytrap earlier. Would Leva end up like that if she were consumed by the Parley virus? 40 doesn't say anything, just secretly clenches her fists. On the edge of the data storm, Leva and Lena are fighting off the robots that are surrounding them. Bang bang. Although the number of robots is decreasing, Leva is starting to get more and more frustrated. These data fragments are everywhere. I can't tell what 40 is. At this rate, 40 is going to be consumed by the Parley virus. Lena seems to sense Leva's uneasiness. After driving off the nearby robots with gunshots, she takes the opportunity to approach Leva. Leva, I have a way to find 40. Lena takes the emitter out of her pocket and presses the button. A red beam suddenly lights up the dark, gloomy sky and traces a narrow path into the distance. What a surprise. Is this one of Perlica's little toys? I'll need to thank her after we get out of here. Yep, Leva this way. I'll cover you. Under the jet black umbrella, the girl continues tugging on 40's arms. Big sis, I'm so hungry. Let's go get them. I can smell them right now. I can't eat them all. Not by myself, but together, we can tear them to itty-bitty pieces and eat them all up. 40 seems to have made up her mind at last. She slowly pulls her hand away, and slowly shakes her head at the girl. I'm sorry. Perhaps we're sisters in the truest sense, but I can't stay with you. But why? The girl seems thoroughly confused by the rejection and clings tightly to 40. However, 40's only response is a faint smile. Although everything before her is darkness, she's looking at a place that's far, far away. Perhaps it's just level 3, or perhaps it's that azure expanse of ocean. It's a place where someone once made a promise to her. No, perhaps the promise was made with someone else, not her. Still, it's enough. For the sake of that promise, she will pay any price to eradicate the threat of the Parley virus once and for all. Because I am not, and never have been, your sister. And there's no way I'll let you eat anyone else. 40 punctuates her declaration with a burst of gunfire. Even though data from the same source can't inflict fatal wounds to the girl, she can buy time for Leva by slowing the girl down. Big sister, why are you? The girl's expression turns feral as she's suddenly attacked. In an instant, her curly hair and the spikes on her dress all stab towards 40. 40 stumbles out of the way, but the girl glares angrily at her before directing the robots around her to surround 40. I hate you. I hate you. This place is Parley's home. If you're not a child of Parley, then you can die. And with that, the girl angrily waves her hands before turning to leave. An endless horde of robots swarm 40. As she drowns under this despairing tide, 40 slowly stops being able to see or hear anything. Her body is so heavy it feels unreal. Perhaps she'll become a myriad of data fragments that will join the rest of the shards in the air, melding with that huge umbrella in the sky. I'm sorry. I guess I failed after all. Still, this is good. Now, Leva won't have a reason to fuse the data reset anymore, right? Leva will be completely safe once the reset is done. As that thought fills her mind, 40 slowly closes her eyes. She knows the big umbrella in the sky isn't a distant thing anymore, and she surrounds herself to the darkness around her with a sigh of relief. In the darkness, she imagines she can hear the girls giggling again. However, the laughter is soon interrupted by the sound of gunfire. A bright light clears the storm away, banishes the darkness around her. 40, we're here to help. 40. 40's eyes snap open. A little point of intense light shines through the furious storm. Behind it, Leva and Lena are forcing their way in, guns blazing. Leva, over here! Yep. With Lena covering her, Leva guns down all the robots in her way. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. Here. And bye-bye to the ones on this side, too. Leva, I can see 40. She's over there. 40! 40! In the distance, Lena waves to 40 while gesturing for Leva to approach at the same time. Why are you doing this? 40 goes stiff. She can't stop herself from yelling at Lena and Leva. Leva, Lena, stay back. The Parley virus is out of control. If you stay here, it'll devour your neural clouds. However, Lena and Leva ignore 40. Instead, they continue shooting and advancing. We're almost there. 40, just hang on. Soon, the light of their muzzles flash and illuminates the ground in front of 40. Leva and Lena finally break through the swarm of robots and run over to 40. The two of them are covered in wounds from fighting up till now. Lena lays down covering fire for Leva as the latter reaches a hand out to 40. Won't you come with us? Lena and I won't be able to last for long if you keep dragging your feet. Why? Why are you doing this? As she looks into Leva's resolute gaze, 40 bursts into tears. Why won't you and Lena just give up on me after everything that's happened? All you had to do was just leave me here and delete me along with the rest of the virus. It would have solved all your problems. Wouldn't that be better for everyone? You could have finished this just by leaving me behind. I was never meant to exist in the first place. I'm just a ghost who stole the identity of 40, so why are you treating me like this? Why can't you just put an end to everything? Hearing that just pisses me off. Before Leva can reply, Lena is already shouting so loudly her voice carries over the gunfire. Isn't it obvious, 40? We're not giving up on you because we're family. Even if you're a ghost, you spent 10 years with us. That makes us family. A ghost family. We're family? Yep. Leva walks up to 40. Her hand curls up into a fist, and she bumps it against the virtual 40's palm. We aren't just roomies, you know. We're friends, families, sisters even. Maybe 40 isn't the best name for you, but we're still sisters in name and in fate. So I will never, ever give up on you. Now, it's time to go home. So let's go. Once again, Leva grabs 40's hands. Lena is clearing away the enemies in front of them. Tears streams down 40's cheeks. This time, she finally takes the hand that's offered to her. 2 more. Oop, I didn't read it. Whatever. Leva, 40, over here. Under Lena's cover, the three of them barely managed to escape the storm of robots and managed to find a relatively safe space in the neural space. Once Leva let go, 40 slumps powerlessly to the ground before curling up into a sobbing ball. After patting 40's head, Leva sits down beside her. 40, you know, while I did treat you like 40 at first and found myself depending on you, after all these years, you're not a substitute 40 anymore. Right now, you're someone in my neurocloud who's always kept me company, cared for me, someone who's very precious to me. No matter how convenient resetting my OGS system would be, I can't accept it if the price for that is sacrificing you. After I lost 40, I promised myself I would never give up on my friends. Leva, so please, don't give up on yourself either, okay? Leva squeezes 40's hands. And besides, you never really wanted to die, did you? Leva points to the surrounding area. While it's in ruins now, they can still make out the multicolored amusement park grounds. You've always wanted to visit a real amusement park, haven't you, 40? All these colorful fairground attractions popped up because of your wish. You've always wanted to see all these things you saw on the net in reality, and experience all those fun things I told you about. But if you die here, these wishes will never come true. Yep, you totally want to live, don't you, 40? Like you said, even a doll has a reason to live for her own sake. Sure, I'm mad you tricked me earlier, but I also want you to live on. After all, you've been with Leva for so many years that I don't want you to disappear just like that. In fact, I'd like it if you could join us in the real world too. Also, you kept saying you were under control partly, but all the stuff you did to protect Leva was done out of your own will. If you got a wish like that, it means you've surpassed your instincts and nature as a virus. So if you work that hard, Leva and I just can't ignore you either. As she takes in the determined expression on Leva and Lena's face, 40 smiles sadly again. Yeah, of course. Of course I want to live. And I want to fight by your side and experience all kinds of fun things too. But the parley virus is a huge ticking time bomb. I'm sure you've both seen it too. As long as I exist, that bomb might go off at any time. When that happens, everyone around me might get hurt. Just like 10 years ago, and I don't want to see that kind of thing happen again. 40 hangs her head in sorrow. Is that why you decided to sacrifice yourself? Yeah. Persica was right. The best way is just to reset your OGS system and delete my data. That would permanently remove any risk the virus might pose to you. But you knew I wouldn't accept that. That's why I tried to take advantage of your neurocloud being damaged to manipulate Lena into doing it. But not only did it not work, I got the two of you hurt again. I'm sorry. 40's head droops even lower. Actually, I should be the one apologizing to you. Leva smiles apologetically. She walks up to 40 and gently places a hand to her head. Things got as hard for you as they did because I've always been relying on you. I forced you to make this decision and take everything onto your own shoulders. So I'm sorry, 40. It was my fault for not realizing this had been bothering you all this time. But please believe me when I say I'll find some other way for you and me to keep on living on. Leva's words make 40 raise her head. There's a hint of sadness in the way she looks at the two of them, not quite believing what she's hearing. Really? Is there a way to do that? I'm sure there is. Leva tightens her grip on 40's shoulders. I'll find a way, no matter what it is. Even if it's only for a minute. As long as you trust me and don't give up, we'll find a way to make that minute count. Yep, Leva's right. I'll help out too. I'll make sure you and Leva make it out of this alright. 40's tears start flowing again. I'm sorry, Leva. Lena, thank you. No need to thank us. We're family after all. Yep, right now the most important thing is to deal with that big problem ahead of us. Leva gets to her feet and looks into the distance. In the wilderness, a black figure is slowly taking shape inside the data storm. Looks like that shrimp is almost finished condensing all the Part 3 virus data. What should we do, Leva? Should we get scouting things out? Hang on, maybe you could ask Priska for her opinion? 40 scratches her head with an embarrassed look on her face. Sorry about that. Lena couldn't contact Priska for help because I cut off the signal. But I promise I won't ever do it again from now on. I'm sure you'll get through this time. Yep, I'll go ask Priska. Lena hits the call button and the transmission goes through immediately. Yo, are you there? All there? 42? I couldn't get through at all. I thought you'd all been rewritten by Parlopi. Priska, I'm sorry, We'll talk about 40 later. Priska, we need your help with something. I bet you do. Let me guess, you're gonna deal with the Parlopi virus. Yep. So, what's the situation now? I'm picking up dramatic changes in the new persona spawned by the virus. What happened to her? Has the viral data started to fuse together? She seems to have warped all the junk data. We're concerned about approaching because it might affect 40's data. Yeah, if we let her go on like this, Leva and 40's neurocloud might get overwritten, right? How should we deal with her? Got any ideas? Let me think. Actually, looking at this data gave me an idea, but I'll need a volunteer to do an experiment. Briska glances meaningfully at 40. Huh? What do you want from me, Briska? The hurricane rages across the plains. 40 weaves between the wandering robots as she heads straight for the eye of the storm. Countless robots follow in her wake, but Lena and Leva take them out one by one. Perska, is this close enough? No, get closer. 40 continues running ahead, while Leva and Lena keep the pace behind her. Is this really okay? Any further and 40 might get sucked up by the break umbrella. Even if you're trying to communicate with that girl, this is too dangerous. Given the present situation, there's no option that's too risky. And besides, 40 still has us. If she runs into any problems, we'll help 40 take care of it. Yep, got it. Fortunately, Lena's fears do not come to pass. Perhaps it's because it's almost done absorbing data, but the hurricane suction is much weaker than before, and 40 doesn't get sucked in even when she runs towards it. With Lena and Leva covering her, 40 soon breaks through the cordon of remaining robots and reaches the base of the hurricane. Countless data fragments are coming together in the gray sky. Between them, a huge, creepy dark shadow is taking form. It seems to be the girl from before, but it seems somewhat different. 40 raises her hands and waves frantically towards it. Oi! Hey! The shadow in the sky shifts, as though in response to 40's voice. Don't you want to be with me? So come with me! 40 points at herself and then at the shadow. I can keep you company. We can be together. The floating shadow remains silent. Hello, can you hear me? 40 starts waving her hands frantically again to get the shadow's attention. This time, the shadow finally seems to get 40's meanings because it slowly approaches 40. Big sis, have you finally come to your senses? Yeah, we can. However, the shadow suddenly raises her hands and chops it down toward 40. Look out! Ah! A creepy robot rushes towards 40 from beside the shadow. 40 frantically tries to roll away and counterattack, but another robot is already hot on her heels. Kind of vicious, aren't we? 40 opens fire and eliminates it. However, it's followed by another, and yet another. More and more robots come into existence beside the shadow figure at her command. They surround and attack 40. However, unlike how they couldn't do any real damage to each other before, 40 can distinctly feel the impact from the data this time. What's going on? Weren't the attacks from before? 40 stumbles, unable to avoid the robot's attacks. This is fun! This is fun! The shadow floating in the air giggles as she watches 40 scurry around her, below her. Do you like it? I prepared this treat just for you, my ex-sister. Unfortunately, you rejected my invitation. That means you can join them in my belly as food. Huge black spikes of data fall from the sky, plunging towards 40 as the robots attack her. Ugh. 40 barely managed to evade the spikes, but then the robots attack her again. 40! Persica, how much longer? Hang on, I'm still analyzing her. Lena, stop supporting her and back off. Let 40 handle this by herself. 40, keep drawing the girl's attention. But isn't that really dangerous? Got it. 40 fires her gun as she engages the attacking robots by herself. But just as 40 clears away the enemies around her, more and more robots fall out of the sky. While she's still shooting, 40 is starting to look visibly worn out as the robots continue attacking from all sides. There are several times where they just barely miss her. Ugh. 40! I'm fine, don't worry about me. Lena watches nervously from the side, and she almost makes a move when 40 is nearly struck. However, Perska yells at her. Lena, stay back. But 40... Perska, what are you doing? How much longer do we have to wait? Perska doesn't answer. She only studies the screen intently while typing rapidly. It's okay. I can still hold on. 40 minutes to smile cheerfully at Leva from inside the pack of robots. So relax, Leva. Just think of yourself as my guardian angel this time around. Trust me, the battle will be over soon. 40. While the rational part of her knows Priska must have some reason for doing all this, Leva finds herself subconsciously taking a step forward anyways, as she keeps her eyes trained on 40's form. Leva's hands curl up into fists as she watches 40's petite shape rolling, shooting, and ducking through an endless horde of enemies. Was this how 40 felt in the past whenever she watched her fight? All she could do was wait outside the battlefield and watch. Any support she could give was limited to Leva's neural cloud. But a real battlefield is a truly dangerous place. 40. If we get through this, I promise the next time, we're gonna fight side by side in reality. After who knows how long, Priska finally speaks over the comm channel again. Right, I finally figured it out. 40, you can fall back now. No, Lena, Leva. You guys move in, help 40. What? While she's still confused about what's going on, Lena's already rushed in. Leva falls closely behind her and helps to support 40. The surrounding robots are swiftly cleared away once the three of them counterattack together. Now that she has some breathing room at last, 40 asks Priska a question. Phew, thanks. So, what exactly is going on back there, Priska? It's the Parlypy virus's binary mechanism. Leva and 40's actions ended up activating the Parlypy virus binary mechanism. Binary mechanism? What's that? Binary mechanism. Simply put, the Parlypy virus is a hidden base layer mechanism. The baseline command for the Parlypy virus is to rewrite the host neural cloud. If the rewrite isn't successful, the virus command will keep running. In other words, if the previous batch of instructions terminates unexpectedly, the Parlypy virus will issue a new command to replace the old one. The previous batch? Are you talking about 40? Yep. The 40 discovered in Leva's level 3 was the initial virtual persona generated by the virus. This persona was supposed to override Leva's neural cloud, but unexpectedly ended up inheriting 40's personality, and its mission became to protect Leva. Therefore, the neural rewrite was temporarily halted, and Leva could coexist with its virtual persona. However, after Leva was attacked and her neural cloud was damaged, the excess redundant data generated a second virtual persona from the Parlypy virus. In other words, that girl. Thanks to the characteristics of the Parlypy virus, the rewrite order triggered again, and the extra data began affecting Leva's neural cloud. And so, 40 sealed my core away to protect my neural cloud. Yep, that's right. Given the change in that person's data, both the girl and 40 started out as similar forms of data that originated from the Parlypy virus, which left both sides unable to attack each other. Naturally, she treated 40 as a friend and instinctively tried to get close to her. No wonder she kept trying to talk to 40. But she seemed to be treating 40 as one of her own just now. Was that because of the binary mechanism? That's right. Once the accumulated Parlypy virus state reached a certain level, the girl, as the last spawn instance, replaced the previous 40 in the command hierarchy. She then received new orders and proceeded with the viral rewriting task. Meanwhile, 40, as they left over from the previous batch of instructions, was no longer classified as part of the Parlypy, and became junk code. Thanks to this binary mechanism, the 40 persona is no longer considered part of the virus. That's why the girl's attacks on 40 were effective, and it's why 40 is now free. Free? That's right. Normally, dolls infected by the Parlypy virus are quickly overwritten and the neural clouds either burn out or fall under the control of Parlypy. However, the fact that both 40 and Leva were resistant to the virus rewriting was what finally triggered this obscure, hidden mechanism. In any case, all this was thanks to your efforts. Well, they do say that so-called miracles are a result of accumulated hard work. Is that what you meant, Priska? Perhaps. Priska pauses and smiles faintly before looking towards 40. However, the most important thing is that I need to congratulate you, 40. Since your designation as part of the Parlypy virus was removed, and you are now considered junk code, I managed to extract all of your data that was originally entangled with that girl while she was attacking you. Priska, does that mean? It means that from now on, you're no longer part of the virus. Huh? Wait, really? Then does that mean 40 and Leva are... Yep, that's exactly what you think. Once you get rid of that bratty persona, the parts of Leva's neural cloud taken by the Parlypy virus will be completely cleansed. In other words, we can solve Leva's and 40's issues without having to reset her OGS system. 40, look out! You shouldn't be spacing out on the battlefield, even if you hear good news. Wait a minute. So I don't have to die? Is that right? 40's still shooting, but her tears won't stop flowing. Leva slides into place beside her and sees off the enemies in front of her. That's right, 40. But first, we have to deal with these annoying pests. Yep, that's right. From now on, we can't let that girl mess with Leva's neurocloud any further. Leva, 40, let's go. Let's see, how do they animate her? She is an iron cage, creepy something. Okay. Too bad we couldn't save the girl. Oh well. Leva, will we really be able to see the ocean when we reach the outside world? Sure, we will. However, we have to deal with this problem first. Yep, okay. Let's go. Unaffiliated. Mysterious girl. I'm curious how the animation for the girl looks. There it is. No, I killed you best. Okay, I'll just go challenge mode later. Kaboom! Hey, right skies again. The huge, sinister shadow shudders under the trio's combined attacks. And Void must see it, because that's my team. In the end, it swiftly crumbles into myriad small fragments that rain down on the neural space. As the rain of fragments falls, that creepy and savage form returns to its original form. The girl looks at 40 and lunges her with fangs and claws bared. Why? Baddies, I hate you all! I want to live, I want to... Before she can finish speaking, the girl's body completely disintegrates into data fragments. Yeah, she's gone. They sparkle like mirrors before transforming into thousands of butterflies that flit lightly through the air. 40 numbly reaches out and touches the butterfly-like fragments. They feel cool. It's like touching the lingering remnants of a storm that has spent itself or someone's tears. Alright. Congratulations are in order now, 40. The problem that's been bothering you and Leva for so long has been solved once and for all. Her OGAS system doesn't need to be reset. I'll do the final cleanup in a bit and get rid of the remaining parlovirus data in Leva's neurocloud. This might cause your neurocloud signal to vanish for a bit, but once it's done, you can exist as an independent neurocloud and continue living with the others, provided you're alright with it, of course. 40 stares dumbly at the communication screen. She opens her mouth as though she's about to speak, but nothing comes out. Oh, you haven't realized it yet? 40, I finished marking your data. What I was saying is that the problem of the parlovirus has been completely resolved, and there's no need to reset Leva's OGAS system. Also, if you're willing, I can extract you from Leva's neurocloud and give you your own body, so you can live independently as a doll. So, are you willing to accept 40? 40? I am. Of course I'm willing to go through with it. 40 raises a hand, trying to wipe away the tears that won't stop falling. I've always wanted a frame and a name of my own. I wanted to live like a real, independent doll, to fight by everyone's side, to go to amusement parks, experience all the things I've longed to try for so long in this neurospace. But I never thought a day like this would really come around. Not once. Leva, can I really do this? 40 tugs on Leva's hands. You made me in the past and gave me the identity of UMP40's ghost. But after I leave your neurocloud and get my own frame, I won't ever be the UMP40 of the past, right? And I won't be able to share support with you from inside your neurocloud like before. Will it really be okay for me to exist like that? As a real me? And not as a substitute for UMP40? Is that really alright for someone like me to live in the real world? Of course it is. Leva smiles faintly. The truth is, I've probably been looking forward to this day more than you have. 40, both you and the real 40, UMP40, irreplaceable for me. And I don't want to lose any more of my friends. Well, I already said goodbye to you and UMP40 in that beautiful dream just now. I hope that going forward, you'll continue to travel with me. As yourself, and not as UMP40. Leva. 40 presses her hands tightly over her eyes. Data fragments fall from the sky, gathering on the ground like drops of rain from a gray storm. Then they slowly come together into a digital ocean of the clearest blue, its azure waves lapping around Leva's and 40's feet. What's that song? She cried a river of tears. But she actually got the good ending here. Looks like all the redundant data has been completely fragmented. I can fire up the cleaning program now. Hey! As Proska hits the enter key, 40's body starts turning transparent. 40, in a while you'll... Say, Miss Proska, since everything on the side is pretty much wrapped up, I have a few questions for you. Can you start by taking a look at the report I just sent? Okay, fine. I'll be hanging up now. See you later. The transmission ends and the air goes quiet again. As UMP40 turns more and more transparent, she looks at Lena and Leva and smiles. I didn't expect that I'd really get a chance to start a new life like this. Oh, this is wonderful. We can fight side by side from now on, 40. As she looks at the sobbing pair, Leva pinches her forehead in resignation. Surely a touching moment like this would be better marked with smiles, don't you think? Why don't we come up with a new name for 40? After all, you'll have to live on as your own person from now on. I suggest getting Lena and her superb naming sense to come up with it. Sure, I'm down with that. Lena, pick her name of Leva and it sounds great. Lena picked your name of Leva and it sounds great. Okay, I read that wrong. Eh, really? You want me to choose your name? I mean, both the past 40 and the present 40 are really important to Leva, so is it really appropriate for me to do it? Oh, I don't think it's inappropriate at all. Leva gently knuckles Lena's forehead. When I almost lost myself in that sweet dream, it was the name Leva that brought me back to my senses and told me that I was no longer a UMP45, stewing in my past. The name Leva is a precious gift from you, Lena, so I want you to give the same gift to 40. Leva. Lena's tears fall unbidden as she gazes at Leva's smile. Was I really that important to you, Leva? Of course, you little dump. You've always been my precious little sister who's been supporting me all these years, after all. Leva! Lena throws herself into Leva's embrace. UMP40 draws closer to the two as she wipes away her tears. When you're like this, it makes me want to cry too. Lainey... Huh? Lena looks up from Leva's chest. She wipes away her tears away and looks intently at 40. How about calling you Lainey from now on? You got Lena and Lainey. Lainey means torch or bright, shining light. That's because I hope you'll continue to light our way forward like a torch from now on, 40. But more importantly, it sounds like Leva and Lena, so they'll, in a way, well, be like a real family. Lainey. 40, or rather, Lainey's voice trails off because her eyes are brimming with tears again. They shouldn't cry a lot this whole event. Both sad and happy. She smiles, nodding vigorously at Lena. As the three of them smile through their tears, they embrace each other tightly by the side of the azure sea. Until Lainey begins to fade away. Wraith Reborn. Banish all distracting thoughts and light the way forward. Unlocked by completing all stages for Breaking Butterfly. Story complete. Heck yeah. Oh wait. Extended promise. No matter how the system logs are overwritten, the progress from the past will always be preserved. I heard Leva's neurocloud was damaged after that encounter with the mysterious doll in that underground lab. How's she doing now? You heard about it too, Commander. Kalina smiles and gives a practice nod. Don't worry, the matter's been settled. She's getting her new frame debugged over at Levy's place. Leva says yes to changing her frame? Leva said yes to changing her frame? Yes, she did. If you're interested, why not head down and see for yourself? Kalina puts me through to Leibniz. Leibniz is in the lab, where she's tightening a bolt for Leva, who's inside a maintenance capsule. Kaylin, what brings you here out of nowhere? Leibniz, the commander was concerned about Leva. Could you put him through? Sure thing. Leibniz turns the communication screen to Leva. She looks at me and waves with a smile. Yo, Commander, it's been a while. How's my new frame look? She kept the smile. She kept the eye thing. The eye scar. Leva rotates her arm and Lena frantically pushes it down from beside her. Hey, Leva, don't make any big moves. The debugging isn't over yet. Still, your new frame looks really cool. What do you think, Commander? It definitely looks more stylish than before. As I run my eyes over Leva's new frame, I notice something in the distance, far behind the maintenance capsule. A doll who looks very much like Leva is standing there, talking to Persica. For some reason, she seems a little familiar. The doll seems to realize that I'm looking at her, because she's soon in front of the screen and waving merrily at me. Hi, Commander, it's been a while. No, that's not right. I think this is our first time meeting in real life. Our first time in real life. Oh, you must be... Allow me to introduce her. This is Lainey. She's been living in Leva's neurocloud until a couple of days ago, when she was separated from Leva by Persica. So that was you. It really has been a while. How does it feel to have a body of your own? I feel so happy being able to meet everyone in real life. Unfortunately, I had to say goodbye to everyone and go back to the lab with Persica. So soon? Yep, I'll be bringing Lainey back to the lab. Persica strolls over with the coffee in hand. I didn't even want to come all the way here to pick her up, but then Dandelion went on about how we couldn't let an OGS system doll run around unsupervised. Still, speaking of Dandelion, she's been contacting the Elmo pretty frequently as of late, hasn't she? Say, would you be interested in taking Lainey in? You've got Dandelion keeping an eye on the Elmo, so why not let her stay there for a bit once her neurocloud and frame stabilize? Huh? Can I do that? I saw all kinds of things about you when I was in Leva's neurocloud. I'd love to visit the Elmo if I get the chance. Wow, you're really going to visit the Elmo? Then I want to go too. Leva can come along as well, right? That way we three sisters can all go together again. If I go as well, won't our poor Kayleen be stuck doing all the work by herself? Oh yeah, then I guess that's a no-go. But I don't want to be separated from Leva or Lainey, or Kaylin, or the Commander. Can't we all just stay together forever? We'll be meeting up in Leva soon enough. That'll solve most of your problems, won't it, Lena? Still, sending Lena over to Elmo is quite an interesting idea. What do you think, Commander? You're all most welcome to come to the Elmo. That includes you too, Kaylin. Of course, that'll probably have to wait until matters and Leva are taken care of. When the time comes, why don't you join us too, Persica? Please, no. It's not like I haven't been there before, and I'm not interested in painting a target on myself as I wander the countryside. Lainey can go by herself. It's a deal then. See you on the Elmo, Commander. And sometime later, after the last of the kinks are finally worked out of Leva's new frame, Leibniz gets to her feet. Right, it should be fine now. You just need to get used to how it handles in field conditions. What do you think, Miss Persica? Looks alright on my end, too. Persica nods, then turns to look at Lainey. Alright, let's go then, Lainey. We're leaving already? Lena tugs somewhat reluctantly on Lainey's hands. Lainey smiles and rubs Lena's head. Oh, it's not like we'll never see each other again. I'm just going to Persica's lab for observation. You can just call me anytime if you miss me. Yep. Leva walks over and past Lena as well. And besides, we'll all be seeing each other again on the Elmo. Alright, then you have to make sure you keep in touch with Leva and me often, okay? I will. Alright then, Lena. Leva, I'll be off now. After waving happily to them, Lainey heads outside with Priska, with Lebnis trailing behind the latter. Miss Priska, when will you be coming again? I've got a lot of reports here on 3rd Gen Doll Neurocloud research. There are a few things I need to ask you about. Reports, you say? Didn't you send them to me a while back? I sure did. Have a look. Libnis holds her terminal high as she leaves the room. Lena waves non-stop at Lainey. Bathed in the bright sunlights, Lainey shrinks into the distance. Just before she completely disappears from Lena's view, her tiny silhouette suddenly turns back and waves at Leva. Leva raises her hand too, and waves at Lainey in the distance. The sunlight is still pouring down. Its brilliance seems to illuminate everything. Past, present, and future, that little figure in the distance, or perhaps the darkness sleeping within the abyss. As Leva looks towards the receding shape, it feels like she's looking at a distant, sunnier, and higher place. She clenches her fist without saying a word. 40, please watch me. I'll make sure I keep the promise I made with you. Alright, that was great. They have quite good writers. Bum, 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 bum.
不躲开吗？就算会受伤。顺利完成任务，嫌犯以悉数待捕。 为您的轻率举动付出代价。不躲开吗？就算会受伤。依照相关条例，你被捕了。接下来的目标是。
I forgot to do these. We only got a couple days left. Okay, auto to standard due to pick whatever. Just hurry up. There we go. I need to remember to do this one more time tomorrow. For whatever this is. Cool. And with that, this event's pretty much done. Challenge mode I will do tonight. Ooh, I like that. In fact, I really like that. Holy crap. Okay, get that done tonight while I'm doing the anime group. Trying to think if I pulled her or not. I don't remember.
今天的云形状很少见， 叫我，没有规矩
I
不成
don't
方
think
圆。
I did. Tell the...
随时听令。
Jeez, let me
是
let
会不会
a...
上次
Dun
的
dun
部
dun
落
dun
报
dun
告
dun 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 dun. Lainey's not in here. Okay. Well, since I'm already here anyways, I might as well grab her real quick. Oh yeah, she's the one who summoned the Pokeball of herself. That is actually a really fun mechanic. Wait, I don't care. Skip that for now. Nothing here. Pew pew. More sharkery. Give me a gold. I want a gold. That's not gold. Man, even after trying to skip multiple times, I still can't skip Sharkery. She was hilarious though. The wannabe, what do you call it? Wannabe idol. Or maybe she like technically is a real idol. You know what makes it remind me of? When you hear like reports of top missions that are totally screwed up because someone was on social media and posted their like location. And you're just like, oh, that's like exactly how I imagine she acts. Give me gold. Not gold.
一切都在可控范围内。有我
Hey,
指挥官不用担心。
Rosa, the coolest person I've pretty much. I wish she was a little stronger as a unit. Or like a 5-star version of her. That'd be really cool. Oh, the base characters come out though. Girl Stuff, my favorite. Come on. Nope. Alright. What do we got? 1 or 2 more? This one, next one's guaranteed, but maybe if I'm lucky to get this one. Then we just call it good. Give me... Yeah, okay, we're good. Didn't have to go to soft fitting.
指挥官，这可是我第一
First time joining a human team, I'll be in your care from now on.
就请您多多关照了。
Very cool. And Sharker's here to remind us who is the most important, since she shut up so many times. Literally here to remind me. They're like, I'm the most important person. Alright. Heck yeah. There we go. And I still have 120 gigs. 7k. Okay, we're good.